Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday afternoon, November 10th, and we're looking at Window Trader's market profile of SPY IWM and triple Qs. And what started out as a very sleepy day, 6 for 6 wide, right at yesterday's 12 wide POC. Same with Russell, couldn't move. Turns out to be a trend day down. Now, it didn't start as a sleepy day. Initially, we started with a small gap. Very small gap. Filled it, got right up to the POC from yesterday, right around M's high, and then we traded sideways. Russell never took out the day's low in A. They went and got their very wide POC. We said the odds of getting those POCs were good once the gaps filled in SPY, ES, and triple Qs. Triple Qs also had a much larger gap, filled it, got their POC from yesterday in B, and then went trend. We all go out with a double distribution day, one set of single prints, I period for ES, SPY, Russell. Looks like, oh, wait a second. I take that back. It looks like triple Qs might have filled theirs in M period, so they do not go out with a double distribution day. I had to leave a little early today, so I wasn't here for the last 10 minutes, and it looks like M period filled those single prints. So I had a good day, but to be quite honest, I missed a majority of this move down, which kind of frustrates me. Had a very good start to the day. I had a very nice short in L period, but still missed a big part of it. I've been waiting for this flush. Still don't know if this is it. I don't think so. We go out with a weak low against the last set of single prints from last week's Fed day. All we did today is basically take back a majority of what happened right after the Fed announced last Wednesday in J period. We did hold our singles, though, and we held the POC from that day. Triple Qs took everything back, and so did, I don't know if Russell did, but triple Qs did. Oh, yeah, Russell certainly did. Oh, no, I'm looking at the fourth. Russell did not get into their single prints. They hold a set of single prints also, it looks like, from the Fed day. Not by much, but they held them just like we did. As far as my trade, so we opened with a small gap. We pushed up. 2 times I took a short against value low. Small ones, the 468 puts. One against value low, one against the POC. I thought it would be a speed bump, which it turned out to be. When B period took out A and got nothing for it, I did the 469 puts with no tempo, no volume. So I did well on 3 shorts early. 2 in A, 1 in B. When B came down and value got raised, we started with lower value, went to totally unchanged, or overlapping to lower to totally unchanged, and closed overlapping to lower. Took a small long when B backed off. Those were the 465s once value got to unchanged at that point. Then we came down in E. I'm like, well, I still thought at that point, after what we did early in the day, with the sellers failing just like yesterday, I thought the odds of getting the IB were high. So I took a long, the 465 calls in E. Again, there was nothing big. The first time it was right around value low. Actually got below value low, and I bought a 50 lot, which popped for me pretty good the first time, which was nice. I did it again in F with a much smaller size. I was like, can this be an afternoon pullback low? I wasn't confident for that for a bunch of reasons that I told the room. We had not taken out the IB high yet. Value had gone back to overlapping to lower. The indices were flat to lower, so I wasn't as confident, but I scalped a small long in F, which paid off. Now, did that bias kind of hurt me when the market started coming in? Possibly. I didn't do anything in G. I took one small short in H. I took one small short in H, which paid, which was the 467s. But then when H, I, J, K flushed out, didn't do anything. No reason not to. That's my type of day. But maybe I got caught asleep at the switch. I was a little biased thinking we were going to take out the IB high. The good thing is I certainly didn't get long and get hurt at all. And then finally, because I was a little ticked off at myself, when L period came up, filled the single prints, took a nice 50 lot, and they backed off immediately, which paid me very nice to end the day. I did, oh, you know what? I did take a short in J also, but not a big one. Not a big one. Let me see. 460. No, I didn't. That was not J. That was the L period short. Let me see something. Yes, it was L. L filled the single prints in J, and then I took the short. So it turned out to be a good day. It could have been a monster day, but I'll take it. Volume looks like it's going to be about average after the overnight. As far as destinations, upside, double distribution day. We'll treat this as two separate days tomorrow. Basically, M's high to H's low, 464.30. Single prints get filled at 50 cents. Then we don't have anything to today's high at 467.38. So if we had filled these 20 cents of singles, we would have had a pretty good range today, right? $5 range, almost. Actually, it was over $5. $5.34 range, and we almost had nothing but the high and the low, but we did hold trend down. And then above that, we have yesterday's high, 469.57. For the downside, we have today's low of 462.04. Then buyers defended. We filled this set of singles, but we defended this. It's a weak low against K's low from the 3rd. 462.03. Single prints get filled at B's high, 461.67. Then we're 10 wide at 461.13. And then 460.83, which is a daily low, poor low. 460.08 daily low. 459.39, 9 wide from the first. And 458.20, which is last week's low. So that's the big one. And that's big because the monthly's up, the weekly's up, but the daily is now down. So we're going to see if the sellers have any ability to keep pushing this lower tomorrow and try to get last week's low. And then on the chart, I'll just show you the daily again, right? Well, I'll show you the weekly real quick. The weekly is still healthy, right? It's an inside week so far. So we have 2 days to go. Are we going to take out last week's low? Are we going to take out last week's high? If not, we could have an inside week, which would make it interesting for next week. But we still have 2 days to go. So here's the daily. We one time framed up for 7 or 8 days. Had an inside day, which again you could have called balance, up to balance. I was calling it up to balance. Yesterday, took out the inside day to the downside, so I came firmly into balance yesterday. And now today, since we blew through Thursday's low, firmly down in the daily. So monthly is up, weekly up, daily is balance. Now last week's low is 458.20. The 20-day moving average is 457.52. So if we get any chance to take out last week's low, this should come into play. Again, I was looking for this. Remember, I've been saying this in the videos, right? We go up flush, up flush. It's just a recurring theme. I knew it was going to happen, just didn't know when, and I thought it would be more of a violent flush. So yesterday, I thought maybe we had the start of it. It failed. This morning, I thought we had the start of it with the gap. It failed. And then all of a sudden, in H period, decides to go lower. So now we'll see if we get a continuation of that or not tomorrow. Hope you had a good day trading. Have a great evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.